call to order. Sorry. Hang on. Okay. I'm going to call to order the April 7th, 2025 school committee meeting and read the statement quickly. This meeting is being held in person or remotely as a public access pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025 and all other applicable laws temporarily amending certain provisions of the open meeting law. You are hereby advised that this meeting and all communications during this meeting may be recorded by the town of Hingham in accordance with the open meeting law. If any participant wishes to record this meeting, please notify the chair at the start of the meeting in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20F, so that the chair may inform all other participants of said recording. We are going to have Harbor Media recording this evening, as well as recording on Zoom. We are heading straight into an executive session and will be returning at 6:30 for our open session. With that, can somebody make a motion?
I will do it. I'll make a motion to enter into executive session and to reconvene an open session pursuant to Massachusetts General Law, Chapter 30A, S 21A3, for the purposes of approving minutes from the executive session held February 24th, 2025, as an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body, and the chair so declares.
I so declare.
Also to approve minutes from the executive session held March 24th, 2025, as an open meeting may have a detrimental effect on the bargaining position of the public body, and the chair so declares.
I so declare.
And finally, to conduct strategy session with respect to collective bargaining or litigation, the public discussion of which would be detrimental to the committee's bargaining position, and the chair so declares.
I so declare.
I'll second.
Great. All those in favor, Matt?
Aye.
Tim?
Aye.
Carrie?
Aye.
Michelle?
Aye.
Ally? Aye. And I'm an aye as well. We will see you at 6:30. Going to call us back to order at 6:35 on April 7th, 2025. This meeting is being held remotely or in person as an alternate means of public access pursuant to Chapter 2 of the Acts of 2025 and all other applicable laws temporarily amending certain provisions of the open meeting law. You are hereby advised that this meeting and all communications during this meeting may be recorded by the town of Hingham in accordance with the open meeting law. If any participant wishes to record this meeting, please notify the chair at the start of the meeting in accordance with Mass General Law, Chapter 30A, Section 20F, so that the chair may inform all other participants of said recording. Is anyone online or in the audience recording? Seeing none. Okay, so moving on to item 4, approval of minutes. We do have a few sets of minutes to approve this evening. Just a few. Secretary's been busy.
And I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the school committee meeting with AdCom held on March 19th.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay.
I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the school committee meeting with AdCom held on March 20th.
I will second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed?
I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the school committee meeting held on March 24th.
I will second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Any opposed?
Make another motion to approve the meeting minutes from school committee meeting with advisory committee held on March 25th.
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you.
And finally, I will make a motion to approve the minutes of the school committee meeting held on March 31st.
Second.
Any discussion? All those in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Any
Aye.
opposed?
Aye.
Okay.
Thank you.
Okay, great. Okay, moving on to item 5. This is the part of the agenda where we've set aside 15 minutes to take questions and comments for items that are not on tonight's agenda.
Do we have Zoom anywhere?
I have Zoom here, so I can see.
Oh, okay. No,
but-
okay.
I can take somebody's computer and hook up if,
No, that's okay. I
Nope,
just
it's
am
on
used to
this
seeing it up on the screen.
so they can see us because of
Okay.
the owl.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank you.
so I'm going back and forth between my notes.
Okay.
Okay, so item 5, does anybody have anything that they would like to share or ask a question? If you could throw your hand up. Seeing none.
I have some.
Oh, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
I'm looking at
I'm gonna
Liza.
make,
and-
I'm gonna make you
Okay.
read that whole statement, aren't I, so I can say something?
Do I have to read the statement?
I don't know if you have to.
Do I need to?
No, I don't think you need to.
Okay.
No, I just wanted to acknowledge that tonight is your last full official, well, not official school committee meeting, because we have one right before town meeting, but your last full meeting. After 6 years of being here with us and leading us for the last 2. And we are really going to miss you. Ness, you have been an amazing leader. Your appetite for coffee is off the charts. I don't know how that little body metabolizes all of that coffee that you've had, but you've always been so willing to meet with people and talk with people, and I think it has really helped shape the committee and helped really just make more transparency, more openness, more willingness to share, and you have really been a great committee member, a great leader. I think your work in the Sustainable Budget Task Force was a huge part of the success of the override, and your contributions will be very long-lasting, and we will miss you very, very much, and we thank you for everything you've done.
Thank you. I'm going to try not to cry. As a former fellow colleague, I think Liza was the last one to roll off. We haven't had turnover in a while. I am really grateful to all of you, truly. I have learned so much from each and every one of you, and I am definitely a better person for it. I share it openly that I joined or ran for school committee because of the, seeing the shots slung across Facebook and online and being upset about national politics, and figured this was a good way to jump in. And you can manage things locally. You can't necessarily control things at a national level, but you can manage what you can here, and it's been really rewarding. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. And I can't say enough about the leader that we have. I'm leaving you guys in good hands. We've got an amazing leader at the helm. Katie, I just think that your emotional intelligence, I've worked with all kinds of leaders, and it's beyond reproach. I've never worked with anybody like you before, so I know that the school's in very good hands. So thank you.
I appreciate that.
And then I'll cry. So thank you. Okay, moving on. All right, item 6, superintendent's report.
Well, Michelle stole my thunder. I led with very similar sentiments. So saying again, just wanted to thank Ness, both on a personal and a professional level, for all that she's done for the schools. She's been a champion for Hingham students, for Hingham staff, and the broader community. And I know she won't be going far, so we're all looking forward to see how Ness chooses to contribute her talents to the town and the community. And to quote Taylor Swift, may your next era be your best era yet. So, yeah.
Can't possibly be better than this.
Yes, absolutely.
I will continue to contribute, so I'll figure that out.
Absolutely. Well, we know where you live and we have your cell phone number, so
You're not getting far.
thank you for everything you've done. On another positive note, just can't say enough great things about Matilda, our middle school production. On Thursday and Friday night, we had a packed house. On Friday night, there were people on Pinboard desperately trying to get tickets because it was sold out. And once again, just want to express our thanks to our drama director, Ms. Fish, musical director, Mr. Landis, and all of the amazing supporting staff and parent volunteers for guiding students through the production. I continue to have some of the songs in my head. I got to see it 3 times. I saw it when they presented it to our 4th graders last week, which is a wonderful in-school field trip for every 4th grader in town, and got to see it both Thursday and Friday night. It was just terrific. Also wanted to share some kudos to a few of our high school students who recently have given presentations of various kinds at area symposiums. I want to congratulate Samantha Price, who had the honor of presenting her National History Day project to retired Supreme Court Justice Stephen Breyer during the opening ceremony of the Breyer Center at the Moakley Courthouse in Boston. We also want to congratulate high school students Adriana Ryan and Brian Bongorio, who presented their oceanographic research at the State of the Harbor Symposium, which was recently held in Cohasset. So again, very proud of our students for bringing their expertise on the road. Wanted to also share a save the date for a community forum that's coming up on Monday, April 14th, at which our administrative team will be presenting an information session regarding the warrants that we will have at town meeting this year. including the roofs and related HVAC for the high school, roofs for Plymouth River School and South School, and also replacement of the high school turf field. So at the meeting, we'll be joined by some of our community partners, and look forward to a discussion that evening. Wanted to thank in advance members of our community who have completed the strategic plan survey that was sent via both district and principal newsletters. I think we've at last count had 560 responses, which is incredible, and hope to continue to see that number climb. The survey data will be an essential component of our strategic plan development for the 25-28 school years. And the strategic plan steering committee has met twice to date. It will meet 4 more times throughout the spring to synthesize the community feedback and turn that into actionable steps and initiatives. Finally, wanted to just share, we continue to closely monitor guidance from our state-level partners regarding recent executive orders, including the most recent order relating to Title VI certification. We remain committed to our district's mission and values, and will continue to keep the school committee informed of state-level guidance from DESE, the Mass Attorney General, and other state-level partners as we navigate these uncertain waters.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Any questions? All right, moving on to item 7.1, communications received by the superintendent. Do you have anything? No, okay. 7.2, Slater?
Thank you, Ness, for all your time at the school committee.
Thank you very much, Slater. Thank you for your time. Got the countdown going. 7.3, other communications. Anybody else have anything? Okay. Item 8, unfinished business. We have 8.1 to receive an update of the FY26 budget. I don't know whether there's anything more to say.
So really, our budget picture has not changed. We were holding out hope that we might have some additional leaves or other levers in order to be able to modify our recommendations. We really have not seen much movement in a direction that would allow us to make different recommendations than we have. In fact, we are actually a bit concerned. We're monitoring closely enrollment at Foster School. Our kindergarten and grade 1 numbers are at a tipping point and may in fact require some shuffling around. So we continue to monitor enrollment, particularly for grade 1 at Foster, which we did anticipate. Once the beautiful new building was open, we did anticipate an uptick in families moving in. And so we are meeting with the principals again this Thursday, just to really take a close look at the most current enrollment trends that we've been tracking. Anything else to add, Aisha?
You did a beautiful job. Thank you. Okay, 8.2, to review proposed layoffs and act as appropriate, not as uplifting. And before I pass this over, I do want to share, for this school committee, I want to say that none of us want to see this happen. Not one of us is happy about this. And if one of the things that I have learned since 2019, I felt like I was jumping up and down talking about the budgets since day one. And it's really challenging because you feel like you're screaming from the rooftops about the issues that are coming, and you feel like you're talking about it, but then you see online that people are surprised about some of the things that are happening. So it's surprising to me sometimes because it has all been discussed, and part of the plan when we did the override, we were under this MOU. It is challenging to stay under the 3.5% based on the MOU, but I will just say, please pay attention. I would just encourage people and parents and the community to pay attention. And if you can only show up to a couple of meetings, I get it. It's hard. It's hard to stay up to date. You can reach out to me. I will meet for coffee anytime and go through any kinds of budgets and kind of paint the picture as to where we're going to be. Next year, I think, is going to be challenging. Until we get through, hopefully another override in a couple of years. But I would say if you can only show up to a couple meetings, I would just plead that you come to town meeting and show up to every single election, because your voices aren't heard unless you do those two things. So with that, I will pass it over.
Yes, and just to echo Nessa's sentiments, each of the positions to be named this evening have brought incredible value to our town, to our students, to our schools, and so it certainly is nothing that we take lightly. Also wanted to clarify tonight that we're just naming positions, not people. The next step for us will be to take a look at our seniority list, and so tonight is just, again, about naming the actual positions that will be cut, understanding that there will be some shuffling of staff depending on their seniority, and that could be included across buildings, and so that will be the next stage of our process. And so as previously shared, the positions that have been recommended, although certainly nothing that we would have chosen, we are continue to recommend 4 interventionist positions at the elementary, 0.2 Spanish FT at Plymouth River, an elementary general education teacher at East due to some lower enrollment in 1 grade level, an elementary general ed teacher at Foster, again, due to lower enrollment in 1 grade level, although we would continue to monitor that given the high grade 1 numbers that are reaching a tipping point but have not yet gone over the tipping point. At the middle school, we are looking at 1 reading interventionist, 0.4 for restructuring of grade 6 exploratories. At the high school, 1 administrative assistant. We had previously voted as a school committee for 1 secondary special education administrator, so we had previously voted that. 0.5 of a communications specialist, although we will may be able to offset that with some cable grant funds to flesh that position back out to more than 0.5. And then did just want to note that we will have a budget neutral restructuring of the nurse manager role, and wanted to name it, but it is a budget neutral reconfiguration.
Any questions, thoughts?
And just to clarify for the public who might be tuning in for the first time, these are the positions that we will actually have to reduce in force. We also have a number of positions that were named that we will simply not be filling. Those will not, however, require a reduction in force letter, and so those were shared in past presentations. And those all still remain.
Yeah, this is, it's really, I feel terrible about it because they are people, you know, and just, I guess I've kind of beat this drum a number of times, but if there's a way to kind of build back up the communication specialist, we've made huge strides in the district with that, and so it seems like I understand why we're making these reductions, but it's a little penny wise, pound foolish is the only thing. So if we're able to use the cable grant and beef that back up, I think it's really important, so.
Absolutely, I agree.
No, but I will make a motion to approve the proposed reduction in force for the 2025-2026 school year as proposed.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? No. Okay. All right. Moving to item 9, new business. On a lighter note, 9.1, to introduce Dr. Christine Panarisi as the newly appointed Executive Director of Student Services.
And I am realizing, Ness, that Dr. Panarisi, because she is on the camera, the community won't actually be able to see her this evening, but perhaps we could pin her so the school committee can at least
Yeah.
get to see her. And so,
We only have anybody on Zoom, so they should be able to see her, right?
yes.
Okay, so, okay.
Sorry, Liza.
So we should just unmute, except Liza.
Mhm.
I'll ask her to unmute so that she can speak. Okay.
Terrific. And so, first of all, before we introduce Christine, just wanted to again thank Dr. Barbara Cataldo, who has served as our interim executive director for student services for the past 2 years. Given that Barbara had retired as a superintendent and executive director, we were very fortunate to get a DESI waiver that allowed us to pull her out of retirement for those 2 years, and are grateful for all of the progress that has been made in special education. And we are thrilled to welcome Dr. Christine Panarisi as our new permanent executive director of student services. I've had a number of opportunities to connect with Christine over the course of the past few weeks, and each time I meet with her, I learn something new, and I'm just very impressed with her ideas for improving our programming in support of all students. And so, Christine, I wonder if we could just turn you around a bit so you can see the members of the committee here.
Hi. Yes, and next time I'll come in person, so that you don't have to do the virtual. I'm sure this won't be my last meeting. First of all, I'd like to thank everybody for selecting me. It's quite an honor, and I'm very excited to be part and to be joining Hingham. Everybody that I have met during the few hours, that I have been in district beyond my visits for the interview process has been incredible. I feel like that we scheduled some days between now and my actual start date of July 1st where I'll be in the district, so getting a head start on things. I can give you the same background information if you want that I have been given all the other groups, or you can just ask me a bunch of questions and I'll do my very best to answer them. So whichever you prefer, it's up to you.
Thank you very much for being here and joining us. We're excited to have you in district.
Yes,
Welcome.
welcome.
Thank you. There has to be one question. Somebody must. One question.
And just to clarify, we did have Dr. Panarisi here for 2 different sessions. So she did one virtual session for families and another in person. So grateful to all of the parents and caregivers who joined us for those in order to welcome Christine and to help her to begin to formulate her entry plan. And as she said, we will, and we have several dates on the calendar for her to come in and to meet with fellow leadership members, members of the special education staff, so we can really hit the ground running for next year.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. All right, well, welcome. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
All right, moving over to 9.2 to discuss a side letter agreement with the Hingham Public Schools bus van drivers union regarding collective bargaining and act as appropriate. I'll pass this over to Carrie.
So this is a side letter, it's pertaining to the drivers who follow the Metco route. It's been challenging to recruit for that route because it's a long drive. You have to deal with city streets and traffic and all that. So this will hopefully make it more appealing and easier to find staff. So what we would be doing would be adding a $2 per hour differential from starting on, I think, April 1st, and through the rest of this fiscal year. And then we would add another $2 on top of that, so it'd be $4 total for the following fiscal year. We can pay for this out of the Metco grant. And then I think the thought is that going forward, it would increase by the COLA going forward, but that would be covered in the next contract. So this is just the $4 for the rest of this year and next year. Does anyone have any questions?
Anybody online have any questions?
Okay, and the union has ratified this. So, yep.
Okay.
I'll make a motion
Great.
to approve the side letter of agreement between the Hingham School Committee and the Hingham Bus and Van Drivers Association.
I will second. Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Nope. Okay, thank you. Thanks, Carrie. All right, 9.3, to receive an update of the 2025-2026 calendar and act as appropriate. Pass this over to Erica.
Yeah, so after we approved the calendar at our last meeting, we discovered a few changes that need to be made. The first is a correction to the date of Passover, which we apparently did not note correctly. It should be on April 2nd, 2026, so that's noted correctly on this calendar. The other thing that we changed was we learned that we can actually have graduation earlier than we thought we could. So with that in mind and hearing some feedback from the community that people like graduation to be earlier, we are proposing to move graduation to May 30th of 2026.
And the confusion was we had read it as 12 school days. It's actually 12 calendar days. So you cannot hold graduation more than 12 calendar days from the end of the school year for all students. We had misread that as school days.
Nice. The current junior will be very excited to learn that.
Yes.
Thought those would make everybody happy.
Any questions?
I will make a motion to approve the update to the 2025-2026 school calendar.
I'll second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? 9.4, to discuss timeline for Hingham High School principal. That's over to Katie.
Terrific. Well, as we've shared previously, over the past few months, our leadership team has really been focused on efforts to solidify our central office team. And we are now thrilled to welcome Dr. Christine Panarisi as our permanent Executive Director of Student Services. You had previously welcomed Erica Pollard, who will serve again as interim Assistant Superintendent for the 25-26 school year. And so together with Aisha, our Business Director, and HR Coordinator Marianne Foley, our central office team is now really looking forward to hitting the ground running next year and make some great progress on strategic initiatives. So being mindful of all of this recent transition to district leadership, including some key senior roles, we have thoughtfully considered our next steps for the role of principal of Hingham High School. As you are aware, during the 24-25 school year, Dr. John Bucky has fulfilled the role of interim principal at the high school. Dr. Bucky's past experience includes serving as high school principal for 12 years at Nantucket High School, 4 years at Littleton High School, and 3 years as superintendent of Marblehead Public Schools before coming to Hingham for the 24-25 school year. During his tenure in Hingham, Dr. Bucky has been an involved and visible leader, contributing to a number of district initiatives, including the Portrait of a Learner. So in order to maintain momentum on district initiatives and to ensure a thorough and comprehensive search process for the appointment of a permanent principal at Hingham High School, we're seeking to extend the tenure of Dr. Bucky as interim high school principal for 1 more year. In late fall of '25, we plan to begin a comprehensive and community-wide effort to define the qualities and leadership skills that the community is seeking in the permanent high school principal. We feel that this additional time will allow us to conduct a more thoughtful and inclusive recruitment effort in which we will engage staff, students, parents, and the broader community. By following a structured timeline, we aim to attract a strong and diverse pool of candidates and conduct a rigorous evaluation, ultimately selecting the best possible leader for HHS. And so I included in your packets this evening our proposed tentative schedule. Again, hoping that we are able to welcome Dr. Bucky for 1 additional year and then launch our search. And so we would begin in November of 2025, beginning to seek community input and hope to form a committee, advertise in December into January, interview in January, February, and hope to appoint a new principal in plenty of time for onboarding and so on to integrate that individual with our team.
Any questions?
No, that's great.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Sorry.
Yeah,
One
sorry.
question, and maybe this isn't something you can say, but do we have any idea if there's a potential that he would want to be in the pool of permanent candidates going forward? And
That's absolutely a possibility, and so again, grateful that we were able to have him here for this interim year, and so I think we'll see which way the road turns, and so do hope that he would be one of the candidates under consideration.
okay, thank you.
Continuity for 2 years is great.
Yeah, I think just in light of all of the changes, it's nice not to rush into this and kind of let everyone settle in and work together a bit before we bring in another person, so.
And again, we have a lot of work to do around the Portrait of a Learner. We'll be in year 1 of a strategic plan, so just being able to have some momentum and continuity for staff and for students, I think will be helpful.
Great.
Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, 9.5, I didn't see any grants or donations in the packet, nope. And then no surplus, so nothing 9.6. Ticking away here, all right. So item,
Record with your last meeting.
exactly. Item 10, subcommittee and project reports. Matt?
Yeah, really quickly, still need to schedule the next bed subcommittee meeting. That's on me to reach out to you, Katie, I guess. I will do that after this meeting. HEF has their next meeting tomorrow, and I should have the date, but I'll find the date after this, but they have their social coming up in maybe a week, I think.
Yeah,
The
next
11th.
Yeah,
next
it's the
weekend.
11th. So, thank you.
Yep.
Which is a great opportunity to get together and support HEF, which does a lot of great things. And then the eSchool Council meets next week.
Nothing coming up, but I just want to acknowledge last Wednesday was the Pizza Palooza I've been talking about, and just it was a great success, and they're very thankful to all the community members that came out, and thankful to the community partners that donated their time and pizza and other food to serve. So it was a great time.
You did a great job handing out pizza. Tim was volunteering too.
He kept asking me if I had a side gig at Bertucci's.
That would be nice.
So, but a heartfelt thank you from SNAP to the community.
Who won, Tim?
Hmm?
Oh, yeah, who won?
Oh, I don't know.
They stopped voting years ago. So,
It's all too good.
yeah, exactly. It's all good.
I thought there was a 50-50 raffle I thought you were referring to. I don't know who won that. It wasn't me.
Better not have been.
Yes. So middle school council met on March 31st. Good discussion. The One Book, One School read will be revealed in May. So right now it's very hush-hush, but it's good. And the next meeting is April 28th. Right before that meeting, I was able to attend the meet and greet with Dr. Penarisi, and she did a great job. So I thank her for coming, and for all the parents who came and shared their experiences. It was a good discussion, so.
I do not have anything.
Plymouth River School Council met 2 weeks ago and had some discussions kind of around the elementary school culture of the river and things they could do to improve security and safety, and some other topics that have come up from the teachers. And then Hingham Arts Alliance is meeting on Tuesday the 15th, and policy is meeting tomorrow.
Thank you. I don't have anything from subcommittees, but did want to remind people that town meeting is coming up on Monday, April 28th. We'll have one on the 29th if a second day is necessary, and then the next regularly scheduled meeting is on Cinco de Mayo, May 5th. And then we've got our community event, the forum for the roofs and turf field on April 14th. So Katie had mentioned that, so. All right, with that, anything under 48 hours? Nope.
Nope.
All right, I think we're done.
Yeah, I will make a motion to adjourn.
I will second that.
All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned. Thank you.